Hey guys, it's NeverSink, and the 0.4 PoE2 update, including the Druid, is upon us. Now, GEG dropped the filter nodes a couple of hours ago, and I'm currently busy building the filter for the 0.4 update. It'll be live on Friday, as is tradition. I also stream the final parts of the filter building on my Twitch if you want to join and see all of the unique tiering and similar things. But actually, today I want to give you something else. I want to give you an update on the upcoming feature, the endgame auto adjust. So the upcoming update will include a couple of different new features. There's going to be a new style. I'll let you discover that on Friday yourself. There's going to be a lot of small fixes and improvements, a lot of, the typical page of changelog. But there's this feature, the auto adjusting. And we've added this initially 0.3 and it was super well received. It was one of the best received features we've ever deployed. And what this does, it helps you build a good filter quickly without having to do a lot of clicks. So you still can do a lot of customization afterwards if you want to, but if all you want is a quick filter, this helps you. So if I'm going to click that, you can now choose between campaign and endgame. This update is going to be deployed on Friday. Right now, there's just only campaign, right? So if I'm going to choose campaign, I get to click my class and I would select Druid here. Now for the Druid, the pre-selection is talismans, staves, armors, armor, energy shield, and energy shield types. You can adjust these if you want something else. For instance, if you're playing Druid of Kitava, or as if you're supposed Bear of Kitava, and you want to swap maybe to a 200 maze and interested in that in your offhand, you can go for that. Or if you completely want to skip the caster part, you can disable the staves. But this is the recommendation I have for the standard Druid playthrough. You can of course adjust all kind of things there, and then you click apply. And you can see all of your changes here. Now, to be honest, the talismans are not there yet. I'm still building the section, but everything else is already working. So you see everything is disabled, except for the things you actually need. You will still see your vendor items. You will still see all rares you want a vendor. So it just kind of highlights the ones that you really want. So if I would go here and simulate, you can see the items that are dropping on this level. Let's say 44. You see these are the ones that I actually care about. So the rough greaves are the ones with the armor types I care about, and these other ones are pretty much vendor rares. It's much more visible on this mode. On the rare mode, there's just a lot of rares. Anyway, now there's the same thing for the endgame. And the endgame thing is a lot more complex. I've spent a lot of hours in the past week building it together. And the cool thing about that is that it needs to consider not only what do you want, but potentially what do you want for your next build or what do you want to sell. So it tries to give you a pre-selection of the things you care about, but also it gives you the good drops from other classes by default. So you enable it the same way. You go to auto adjust, click endgame, and click whatever class you want to start with. And then you can still change. So these are just the pre-configuration. You can change these in any way you want. Before we go there, one quick note. These two things kind of stack. So you can have one configuration for campaign and one configuration for endgame. So the campaign thing remains and they're completely independent. The campaign thing will never mess with the endgame part, and the endgame part will never mess with the campaign part. So click campaign, click let's say on Druid, and once again, the same pre-selection, but there are some other modes down there. So by default, what it will do is, I can actually show you that. I'm just going to replace staves with something like bows. Let's click apply. And if you go to customize, you see there's this, as the campaign part. If you go to weapons and armors, you see, and we click on, let's say, bows, you see all of the bows are still tiered. So in rank A, there's these bows, the best bows out there, then rank B, rank C, and so forth. But if you click on something like wands, you see only some wands are there because wands are pretty much high demand. I might reduce the amount of them since they're kind of being nerfed right now. But quite a few less than the other types. Or quite a few less than the bows, right? And the same applies to all the other types. So for the ones that you care about, for the base types you care about, you see a lot of things. For the other ones, you only see the best ones, and they're going to be dropped one rank below. So you still have things to sell, still have things to vendor, still have things to use on your, well, second character if you're playing on SSF or something. On top of that, you'll still see like tier 4 items of other gear classes. So there's a lot of like swords being put in there. There's also a lot of mods that you can use there. So you can select, for instance, do you want to see T5 items regardless of the item type? Do you want to see the T4 items? Do you want to see crafting bases, so normal and magic bases below item level 82? Do you want to see the items from the other item types? So if you want to say, I don't care about anything except for staves and talismans, you can remove that. And then you won't see any other items unless they're T4 and T5. You also have the option to only show the best bases. This is not something incremented at the start, but it will only show you rank A bases from these types. Oh, and these ones as well. You can also choose to hide magic items pretty much altogether unless they have tiers. This is popular in the end game because you pretty much, in the end game, usually normal items of level 82 are vastly better than magic items. Maybe if the magic item is like T4, you still want to pick it up, but otherwise normal items, the crafting bases you want. You can also choose to hide all the regular rares, so you will only see rares with a tier. And you can also choose to reduce the rank of other items instead of hiding them. You can reapply this as many times as you want. So if you don't want to see, normal rares, you click that, then you go to simulate. That's of course endgame, so we're going to do something like this, and you see all of these rares are hidden. And that's basically it. The video is already way too long, and yeah, guys, I hope you have a good league. I might drop another one or two like these super short unscripted videos. I hope you find it useful. Tune in on Friday if you want to see the filter update and help me with the tiering of unique scouts and so forth. That's always fun at the start of the league. Otherwise, I wish you a wonderful league. See you next time. Bye.